Howdy. This is my 1930s to 1940s era guitar. I'm not too sure on the date, but we do know that that is the year this is from. It's a Montgomery Ward guitar, something that they just don't make anymore. Something that's just not around. This is my great grandfather's guitar, and this was just sitting in an old building of my papa's and mama's for years. And I remember I was probably about 15, 16. Asked my mama, I said, "Is it all right if I go get that guitar? I'd sure like to have it." She said, "Well, if you can go get it, it's yours." I said, "All right." So I went in there. I stumbled through everything that was piled up in that old building, and sure enough, I got a hold of it. And I mean, even now it's seen better days, but it looks a lot better than it did back then. Back then it was so beat up, and it had all kinds of mud dauber nests built in here, and I think rat poop probably, and just all kinds of just nesting and all kinds of stuff. And it just had dirt and dust all over it, and I mean it looked awful. And the whole top was loose. It was off of it, really, and it was all bent out of shape. And it still kind of is to an extent. But it was held on by the bridge piece and the neck. And but yeah, I got being the youngin that I was, being a teenager, and I just wasn't too sure if I should try to play it, fix it up like I wanted to. And then it just sat in my room for years. I took good care of it, but I never did finish cleaning it off or try to fix it up. Then here this past summer, that story that happened when I got this guitar, that had been, oh Lord, maybe about 7 years ago or longer. Somewhere in there. But sure enough, this past summer, I finally got the nerve to fix it up. And I wish I did a video on how it looked before and what it looks like now. I really wish I would have done a video on that, but here we are talking about it. So I ended up taking a rag and some WD-40, because WD-40 is just a natural oil anyways, and kind of cleared up the wood a whole lot. And I had to clear up this bridge because it was hard to get those old strings out. And I kept the original strings that my great-great-grandfather played on. I still have them. I wish I had them here beside me, but I got them in my band room. But you couldn't get the strings out hardly because they were just so caked up with rust and just dirt and dust and everything else. So I cleaned it up, and the tuners are actually really good for being as old as they are. But because they were just kept in that building for years and never been played with for God knows how long, and just wasn't taken good care of, it was just so that you just couldn't get them to turn or nothing. So I took WD-40 to them also, and I mean, it looks a lot better now. I mean, it's vintage as vintage gets. And I put very light gauge strings on here. I know that the lowest is a 50 gauge. I want to say that the high E is maybe a 10 gauge. I'm not 100% on that, I'd have to go look at a pack of strings. But I love this old guitar. It is so smooth to play on. It's got a V-shaped neck. And I got several guitars, and not a one. I mean, it just has such a smooth neck. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it. It is just the smoothest wood I have ever felt, and it's just so sturdy. It doesn't even feel brittle. It's so, I mean, it's just such a great guitar. And but I did think it was strange that it had a V-shaped neck. But it's actually real comfortable, believe it or not. And it's kind of, it's not too chunky, but it's not real thin like, say, a Telecaster neck, which I love a Telecaster neck. But it's not real thick, like a thick neck. I'm not big on thick necks. But it's like a good medium. But of course, you know, on something like this, you're not trying to shred on it. You're just trying to play cowboy chords, you know. But yeah, and I love how you can tell that my grandfather, I don't know if you can see it on the video or not, but you can see where he played a whole lot. Right there, the fret, like the wood on the fretboard is just warm, just in that area, just where he must have played a bunch of chords, a lot of, like he played a G chord like that, it looks like, and a lot of bar chords and stuff like that. I mean, it's just really fascinating, and just really neat. And I even kept his little string on there. He must have, when I got this, it was missing the button where you hook your guitar strap on. But I kept that string on there. That must have been what he had for the guitar strap at one point, or something or another. So I thought that was real neat, and I just kept that on there. But yeah, I mean, it's, I mean, it just sounds so good. I mean, it just is, it's such a cowboy sounding guitar. You know, just that. I mean, it is just such a great guitar, and I think it's beautiful. I mean, it's seen better days, and and I've glued the top down, and I mean, it's got a lot of wear and tear on it, but I mean, it's still rocking. It's still hanging on, and I mean, it's just such a great guitar. And yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about it, give it a little bit of a spotlight. But yeah, if y'all want me to talk about it a little more in depth, maybe go into the history about Montgomery Ward guitars, and a lot of different stuff about this guitar, a lot of different stuff that I've noticed that they used back in the day with this guitar compared to what they use nowadays. So if y'all are interested in learning more about these kind of old guitars, let me know, and give this video a thumbs up, a like, and maybe subscribe to my channel, and we'll talk more stories and more music and just stuff about life and just different kinds of stuff. But thank y'all for watching.